Hey everybody, welcome back. Rod Pruitt here again answering another question. Our question today is, isn't Christianity more cultural than factual? And shouldn't we just throw it out because the only reason we're Christians is because we were born in the United States? I was working with a guy, great guy, a couple of years ago, and he said, the only reason you believe in Jesus Christ and Christianity is because you were born in the United States. If you were born somewhere sandy like Afghanistan or somewhere, you believe something else. If you were born in India, you believe something else. So your belief in Christianity is non-valid because you only believe it because you were born in the United States and it's a cultural thing and that you have received from being raised in a country where that's a popular belief. Okay? Well, here's my answer to that. I'll give it to you the way I understand it and you think it through. Yes, I was born in the United States, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Go Wolverines. And I did get exposed to Christianity more than any other belief system. But should we throw out everything that we receive culturally? Is something not true because it was received culturally? I wrote down a list of some other things that I've received culturally. 5 things. One, my mama taught me these things when I was a kid. God rest her soul. All men are equal. There is no such thing as a superior race. I received that from my culture. That's what I've always been taught. Now, in some other cultures, that may not be true. I know if I went to India, they have a caste system. I know if I go to Africa, there are some tribes fighting against tribes. They say one's better than the other. They have ethnic cleansing in some parts of the world where they were trying to kill Bosnian Serbs. I have a friend from Bosnia, and he was telling me how Bosnian Serbs were under attack a few years ago. And so some people believe that there is a superior race. I don't believe that, and I got that belief culturally. Should I throw that belief out because I got that belief culturally? No. Why not? Because it's true. Just because you receive something from your culture doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean it should be thrown out. All right, number 2. Women are equally as valuable as men. Now, in some cultures, particularly in Asian cultures, women are not as valuable as men. But in my culture, I understand that women are as valuable as men. Should I throw that out, go home and start treating my wife like property? Because I received that understanding from my culture. So it has to be wrong. And the only reason I believe that women are equal to men is because I was raised in this culture. So it must not be true, and I should throw it out and go home and start treating my son better than my daughters. No, I'm not throwing that out because it's true. Number 3, children and the elderly people should be cared for and protected. That's true. I'm not throwing that out because I learned that from my culture. Number 4, rules and laws are an important part of society. That's true. I learned that from my culture growing up. But I'm not going to throw it out because I got it from my culture because it's true. And finally, and I could go on, but I'll give you one more. Torturing animals is wrong. I got that from my culture. All right? And I'm going to keep it. Some things are true, regardless of where you get it. If it's true, you keep it. If it's false, you throw it out. And you don't declare it false because you got it from your culture. So when I look at my religious beliefs in Christianity, I don't say, well, I got that from my culture, and the only reason I believe that is because I've been exposed to it more than I've been exposed. No, I'm a 46-year-old man. I've studied world religions. I received that from my culture, but I keep it because it's true. So receive what you receive from your culture. Evaluate it to see if it's true. If you've received it from your culture and you determine that it's not true, you can throw it out. And if you receive it from your culture and you determine that it is true, you keep it. But you don't look at it and say, I've received it from my culture, therefore it must be false, and I'm going to throw it out. Second thing I got to say, in Sweden and in China, for example, atheism is most popular. And that's cultural. When a child grows up in Sweden or a child grows up in China, they grow up in a mostly atheist culture. So they receive atheism from their culture. So according to my friend's argument, because they received atheism from their culture, they should now throw atheism out and they should all seek a religion, because atheism must be false because they received it from their culture. Do you understand? So that's just a crazy fallacy. The last thing I got to say about that is there's something called in logic and in debate, there's something called argumentum ad hominem. Argumentum ad hominem is judging something's validity based on its origin. Judging something's validity based on its origin. That means my friend can come to me and say, Rod, your car has a flat tire. And I'll believe him. But if somebody I don't like or somebody I consider the enemy came to me and said that, I would say it must be false because they said it. Well, that's not necessarily so. It might be true. You can't judge something true or false based on origin alone. All right? Because that's argumentum ad hominem, and that's a logical fallacy. All right? So, I was born in the United States, and I keep Christianity not because I got it from my culture, but because it is true. Thanks a lot. Love you. See you next time.